Hi, Karen. Um, I got such a kick out of your poems this week. I have to say, I really enjoy the whimsy that you bring to your poetry. So, thank you once again for attempting both of these prompts. Um, I want to start with your questions. So, did I include enough details, imagery to let you picture a loud, busy restaurant? Do you think my choice to use blank verse works for this poem? Yes and yes. I guess my short answers are yes and yes. I think I like that you include what's going on at your own table, and then you sort of expand your point of view to what's going on at tables around you, and then you expand your point of view to the people still in line. Um, I'm still in line at and not having been seated yet. So I really like that shift of the point of view from this small individual table to the entire restaurant. And I thought the images that you chose were great. And I do think that blank verse works for this poem. I do think that um, in your next edit, you may want to attempt to go through and cut some words, maybe even the first few lines. Perhaps your poem begins with your husband laughing and snatching away that English muffin. Um, I think that's the first really vibrant moment of the poem. And I like to suggest that, we play around with vibrancy and where that vibrancy begins. Um, I got such a kick out of you doing this Robert Frost poem as your trace. This poem, Stopping in the Woods on a Snowy Evening, was the very first poem that I ever memorized. I think I memorized it in the third grade, and I think it is the only poem I still have memorized. Immediately, I had a connection to this, and I think that it was great. I know you said you had a hard time with it, that this one was hard for you, but I think you totally did it. I think you were super accomplished. I've been thinking about the line for us to leave and homeward go. Um, and I think my suggestion for rewriting it would be to take out another piece of paper and instead of worrying about the rhyme scheme, write and rewrite exactly what you're trying to say. So it's time for us to go home. The sun is getting low on the horizon. We got to go home for dinner. Whatever it is, like go ahead and make some notes on a separate piece of paper, or a separate document on your computer, and then return to the poem and see if there's something that you can't draw from those notes that would work within the rhyme scheme. So sometimes when we're staring at the same document, we're staring at the same piece of paper, it can be very hard to get away from the very same line that we've already written. So that would be my suggestion as a technique for editing this work. So thank you so much, Karen. I look forward to reading more of your work soon.